If you're working hard and doing everything right in HR but still not being promoted, you're not alone. Promotions in HR don't go to the most qualified, they go to the most strategic. In this video, I'm going to break down the 10 unspoken rules that every HR professional needs to understand if you want to stop being overlooked and you want to start leading your career growth on purpose. These rules directly align to the free guide I created to help you to take control of your HR career growth, the 10 steps to lead with impact as an ambitious HR leader. The link is in the description box. We're taught all throughout life and all throughout school that if we work hard, stay consistent, and support others, that the promotions will come. But in reality, that's not what happens. What actually determines advancement happens behind the closed doors. It's based on your perception, it's based on your positioning, and it's based on your strategy. Here are the 10 rules you need to make sure you understand. Rule number 1, if you don't articulate your goals, no one else will. Promotions don't go to people who wait around and sit to be noticed and wait for their work to speak for them. Ask me how I know. It's important for you to make sure that you are understanding what you want. Be very intentional with that. Be very clear on what your goals are. Write them down. See the vision for yourself and be clear about what you want and what you're striving for. Knowing what your goal is and knowing what your goals are will give you a clear North Star so that you can know as you are learning that new thing, whether it's a technical skill or a relationship skill, as you are building a new relationship in the workplace, you know whether it's working toward that goal or not. It helps you to avoid shiny object syndrome. Get really, really clear on what you want and lead yourself with purpose. Building on that last rule, rule number 2, your performance won't speak for itself. Your positioning will. Don't assume that people know what you've accomplished, even if they were there. Again, you need to paint the picture for them. Explain it not only in HR terms, but in business terms. What are you improving? What are you mitigating? What are you shifting to make sure that it's getting better for the business overall? Again, you can't wait for someone to try to fill in the gaps because they won't. They don't know what HR is, first of all, likely, and they're not going to wait to decide what you've done well to make sure that they are able to give you kudos. You've got to show people, track your success. You've got to track your outcomes, track the impact of the work that you're doing to be successful in the grand scheme. Rule number 3, being busy does not equal valuable. Being strategic does. Being booked and busy and back-to-back meetings does not make you promotable. It just keeps you busy. Again, so you want to make sure that the time you're being spent is being spent very well. You want to make sure that it's being used well, it's being strategically aligned and assigned to make sure that it's moving you forward and moving the business forward as well. And with all the hustle and bustle that goes with your work week, block out time for yourself to pour back into yourself, whether it be through professional development, but ultimately to just sit and think and plan your week ahead, plan your impact moving forward to make sure you are doing it all intentionally. Rule number 4, every yes to low impact work delays your growth. You can't lead if your calendar is overloaded with admin tasks. You've got to find space in your day to be strategic, space in your day to give yourself some breathing room and capacity to do more meaningful work. Learn to delegate or learn to say no or not now or not yet to make sure you're working on things that really align with your ultimate goal. Rule number 5, speak the language of business and not just HR. Let's be honest, leaders don't want to hear about HR initiatives. They want to hear about things that are going to move the business forward. They want to hear in business terms. So think retention, think cost savings, think risk mitigation. So frame the work that you're doing to talk about the ways that it's impacting the business. It's not only impacting HR, it's not only benefiting HR, it's ultimately supporting where the company is going moving forward, and you are bringing them along for the ride. When I grew my career from HR intern to assistant to generalist to manager to senior manager to AVP to VP and now chief administrative officer, I didn't get promoted because I was good at HR. I got promoted because I knew these unspoken rules and I learned them the hard way. So again, if you don't have anything to write with, rewind this video, watch it again, write these things down, and make sure you download the HR career guide that's in the description box as well. And we'll get to that a little bit later. But again, these are lessons that I learned the hard way. I'm trying to help you out to help you to make sure you're making the most of your time so you're not spinning your wheels. This is why I created the guide so you can lead with impact and not just effort. If you want the career guide, comment below, give me the guide, and I'll send you a link to start mapping out your own plan. Rule number 6, don't assume others see your impact. Make it visible. Remember, if leaders don't really understand what HR is or what HR can be, then how will they be able to see the value or the results that you put in place as well? They can't. So you've got to show them the impact. So make what you do visible, whether that's through metrics you report, whether it's through dashboards, whether it's in reports that you provide for the leadership team. Find ways to showcase your impact, showcase not only your own individual impact. So you're saying, yay, Brittany, but no, what is the organization working on? What's the organization focusing on? And what are we doing? What are we improving? And what can we shift? The goal here is to be proactive with sharing your ideas and your results with leadership. They may not even ask for it, but you want to be prepared so you never get caught between a rock and a hard place, left to either fend for yourself or explain yourself when your back is against the corner. Rule number 7, be known for solving problems and not just completing tasks. Anyone can point out a problem and talk about all the ways this problem exists and all the ways this problem is wrong and all the ways we're getting harmed by this problem. But only a few people can think about ways to fix that problem and take it from idea to implementation. So be that person who can see an issue and fix it. See an issue and think about solutions. You'll get promoted when people see you as a solution provider. Own the problems that others avoid and improve what you inherit. Rule number 8. Being a team player won't make you a leader, but acting like one will. You can be liked, you can be respected, you can be invited to lunch every single week. But if no one sees you as a leader, you will not be tapped for leadership. Speak with purpose and show up consistently and be true to who you are. Don't be a carbon copy of anyone else. Only you can be the person that you are. So understand who you are, the value that you bring, and show up consistently as only you can. Rule number 9. Relationships move careers forward. Build them before you need them. You know the idea where it talks about it's easier to get a job when you have a job? The same thing applies here when it comes to relationships and promotions. You never want to get to the end of your rope when it comes to figuring out ways to build your credibility, build your leadership skills, and your back is against the wall for a promotion opportunity and you've not built the necessary capital in your relationships. Don't wait until you're ready for a promotion to build relationships. It comes off as disingenuous. It comes off as greedy. It comes across as just yucky. So again, build relationships before you feel that you need them. Don't build relationships only to grow. Find ways to be cross-collaborative. Find ways to be mutually beneficial. Find ways to grow yourself personally so that you can also benefit others as well. Again, build these relationships intentionally and strategically before you need them so that you're not always coming out with your hand out or with an ask. Internal influence is built over time through trust and collaboration. So really lean in here. And then rule number 10, growth won't happen by accident. It must be planned and requested. It's fine if you know where your goal is, but if your leader doesn't know where your goal is, then you could be talking in a vacuum. So find out where your goal is, write it down, put it on paper, get your leader on board, get their buy-in, get their perspective, bring them into the conversation, have a conversation with them about ways to get through the next step. Maybe there's some things that you might be missing that they can help you fill in the gaps. Maybe there's some ways that you need to build up some skills, technical skills, relationship skills, or otherwise. But again, bring your leader into the conversation, ask for what you know that you want. If you're not talking about your promotion plan, no one else is either. If these unspoken rules really resonated with you, I created the free guide to help you to take these and put it into action. Comment down below with Give Me the Guide, and you can download my free HR career guide on 10 steps to lead with impact as an ambitious leader. Again, it's linked in the description, but if you're ready to go deeper with personalized support and structure, you can also reach out to me as well. Comment down below which of these 10 unspoken rules stuck out to you the most. I'm really curious to know what resonated most and what gave you the biggest aha moment. As you're working hard to position yourself for growth and elevation, you want to make sure you don't get left behind by AI. So watch this video next to learn how to protect yourself in the process, and I'll see you there.